This morning I'm hearing the time is now. Okay, it's making me think I'm a loco. But let's see if we can look into this. What is this meaning for you? What does this mean for you? The time is now. What are we talking about? No, I don't believe this. I really don't. This is a card called Vanishing Mirror, and it's ego sublimation. This card I actually literally just did a reading with. Literally, this is the collective energy right now, is about looking in that mirror and what is it that you see reflected back at you. You are at the cusp of really embracing your potential, because you've been stuck in a place of what you think you're supposed to be, who you think you're supposed to be, and what you think you're supposed to be doing. Sorry about that. So yeah, there's this energy where you're seeing yourself in the mirror and you're having some realizations about how your self-image has been fixed. It's almost like you are stuck in a place where it's like, well, this is who I'm meant to be, but there's more that you could be doing. And there's a part of you that's like, actually, this is me now, this is where I want to be now, this is what I want to be doing. But I feel like part of you wants to smash the mirror and part of you wants to just try and accept more of what you already got, where you're already at. But there is a transformation about to occur for you, and I feel like you want it, you're ready for it, but there's some kind of fear around it. And for some of you, it's kind of like what people are going to think, or that someone's going to think that you're an imposter, or that you're going through a phase or something like that. Now, it's family that you're feeling that around. It's almost like being your authentic self, really bringing forward like the parts of you that you've been afraid to show before. There's something about your family not liking that, or them not understanding that. And it's not that you have a fear of losing anybody, because I don't think that you do, but it's more someone inauthenticating how you feel about yourself. It is making you feel like it can shake up your awareness of yourself, you know, make you feel like perhaps I'm punching above my weight, you know, or for some of you, actually what this is, I feel like there may be a situation in your life where you feel like you're punching over your weight, perhaps being in a relationship with somebody else, or being in a particular job or something like that. It's a bit like, and I feel like some of your family members may have even said to you sort of like, oh, are you sure that really resonates with you? Are you sure like that's not too much for you? Or, you know, if it's a relationship, or that person might be a bit much for you, or think they're a bit high maintenance, that kind of thing. But it's kind of making you look at yourself and sort of like, well, why does my family, or why do these people don't think that I can match that, or that I'm able to have that or do that, you know? Like if it's a high powered job or something, and you, I don't know, your parents or your siblings or somebody might be saying to you like, oh, it's a bit much though, isn't it? Maybe that's going to take up too much of your time, and you're not going to, you know, after a month or something, you're not going to want to do it. They're not saying it to be spiteful to you. They're saying it because they're accessing a version of you that is previous. But part of you has been staying in that energy, believing that about yourself. But I feel like you're coming to a realization now of like, actually, maybe I do want to carve out a new version of myself. And I feel like you're beginning to do that in some ways, but not always. It's almost like you live in this double life in a way, or it feels like you are. And Yara is showing here that you keep going in this direction bit by bit. It doesn't have to be like wham bam, I'm a completely the best version of myself. This is like little steps leading towards it. So it could be like changing the way that you eat to align with the type of person you want to be, going to certain particular places, or with particular people, aligning with what feels right for you, not what you used to do, or that you always do, or that people expect you to do. You're coming out of that now. So what can we tell you that's coming up for you during this time? Because the time is now. You can't sit back anymore. You're about to shine. And for some of you, you feel quite alone in this and that's possibly where the issue is, because maybe you've always been in relationships, maybe you've always had another half, and you've always kind of become like that person. But I feel like you are now single, or you're spending more time by yourself, and you're starting to really open up in expressiveness as what you wear, things like that, or like the car that you drive. You're expressing yourself more and more, and you're liking this, you're enjoying this. And that's how I see you moving forward through September, is there's going to be more and more of that coming. Now, for some of you, this is actually someone gravitating into your life that aligns with you. So if that's what you've been looking for, you reflecting back to you what needs to change or how you want things to be, it will actually bring in a union. That's what I'm seeing on here. But you have to enjoy yourself at this time, okay? But you've been waiting for this. You've been waiting and hoping for this, and success is coming. I do see you in a relationship by Christmas time. I feel like you're going to be in some kind of union. I just saw then, and I can't unsee it there as well, there's some kind of sentimental attachment with this. So whether this is a person that reminds you of somebody, or it's someone from the past or something like that, but it feels genuine and authentic, and it's through you bringing forward this version of yourself that this is going to come in. I feel like there's something about communication, or being able to say what you really think and feel. I'm struggling to speak this morning. I don't know why that is, but it feels like it's become very jerky as I'm talking. So for some of you, I feel like you maybe been going over things in your head, like, how am I going to say this, or what am I going to speak, you know, to these family members or to people that aren't really thinking that you've got what it takes to be on this timeline that you're on. But I feel like you're ready to step up. You're ready to step up and step out into the light. And you're like, I actually don't really care what people think. I am attached to this version of myself coming forward, because you've spent time with that version of yourself. But when you go out with your friends, family, people like that, you can sometimes go back into this version that they're comfortable with. But you've realised that. I feel like you've had a realisation, and that doesn't feel comfortable to you to continue to do that. You don't want to hold yourself back anymore. You don't want to be sort of like, oh, I'll just play it safe, because that means less questions or less confusion for people. But I do definitely feel like there's a family member that may have said something to you that made you stay in something maybe longer than you should have, or that you would have liked to. And you did it out of duty, really, or you did it out of, well, that's what works for them. But you believed that it would work for you, but I feel like it didn't. And you're having a realisation now of like, I have to really follow my heart. I have to really align with who I feel I am. There's some regret around that. I feel like that could have maybe caused some undesirable events in your life because of it. There is forgiveness there, though. I do feel that you forgive this person because they're only looking out for you. But it kind of, you've realised there's a lesson in that. There's a lesson in that that needs to be learned, and you will, from moving forward, not allow someone else to dictate your life. Not take on or do what someone else is saying, and not be guided by yourself. But that's what I'm saying. It feels like in the past you've been in relationships where the person is guiding you normally. But you've had a realisation now, I'm not with anybody, and I can't allow my family to just tell me what to do or how to do it. You're having those realisations. You are heavily in the thinking about this, but you are ready to take the reins as well and be sort of like, look, guys, this is me. This is who I am. This is how I like to be. And it's showing up, though, that actually people are going to really validate that and realise like, oh my God, yeah, I've never noticed you like this before, but wow, it really suits you. It really looks good. But what they're saying is just slow down with the process on this. It doesn't have to be done in a day. It does not have to be done in the day. You can just take your time with this, okay? Because if you try and rush, you're actually taking away the creativity of it. You're taking away this process. And it's about just enjoying the process, not trying to hurry it along or rush it along. But there is something very sentimental attachment here within your energy. that I don't feel you've been that honest with yourself about. So looking into that as well, look into that mirror. If you would like to book a personalised reading, I'd love to go into this deeper. So drop me a DM if you would like to. Have a blessed